everybody. I decided to take you guys on a little spring road trip. Let's see, roll up one of these windows. Might need to roll both of them up. They came and you see that up? See that pond over there? These are fish ponds. You can't see it. You see it right there. There's this guy. Those are the ponds I was talking about that, like they're over here. And I think he got like, I want to say like 12 of them. And they, oh, that was a good picture right there, but, and they grow them, I think they're like baiting fish because they catch them when they're real little. So I don't know, either they're baiting fish or they catch them when they're little and they put them in other ponds where people, you know, there are some waters, lakes and ponds and stuff that they come and put fish in so people can fish. So I think that's what they do. I don't know. All I know is they catch them when they're babies. And they're always mad because the birds are over there. There's like these pelican looking birds that be over there waiting for them to come to the surface so they can eat them. Well, spring is on the horizon here, and I went to go get me something to eat, and I had to stop by my landlord's house yesterday, and I took the back way, and I was talking to you guys about the dogwood trees. Well, here's some right here. But the ones I saw are prettier. I love the dogwoods. They come in white and pink. I don't know if they come in yellow. I have one in my yard, but normally it starts to bloom, but it has not done anything. I think it's dogwood. It's not really doing anything. So I thought that they came and resurfaced the driveway. So I had to wait for whatever, I think it's asphalt. I just don't know nothing today, do I? So I had to wait for it to dry. So I figured since I was coming to move my car out of my neighbor's driveway, I would just go, it's like a big circle. I would just go around the big circle and show you guys the trees and have a little talk with you. The spring coming in, it made me think about people and you guys, and you know, fall can bring on a lot of different moods. You know, some people have seasonal depression. Others, if you're in a really cold place, it's just kind of depressing if you get snowed in, or let's say you're retired and you know you can't go sit outside. I guess you could, but you'd be really cold. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they had such a pretty one in their yard. Let me see. Get it. And then I got a pink one back there. That's a friend of mine. Her mom lives over there. Well, she's no longer with us. She had a gastric bypass surgery, and when COVID came, for whatever reason, when she got sick with COVID, it took her out. That was so sad. Because it was, not that it's funny, but her husband, she's close to my age. I want to say maybe she might have been a few years younger, so she was in her late 50s. But her husband was like 80 something, and he was retired military. And so he wasn't a real nice guy. And so she always talked about the fact that, because I'd be like, well, why don't you just divorce him? And she was like, no, I want to get the money when he dies or when he passes. And I was just like, because she just assumed because he was much older and then he had a lot of health issues going on too, that she would outlive him. And lo and behold, here he is still piddling around here, half blind, walking on a cane, but he's still here. I was like, wow. Like, just goes to show, you just never know. But anyway, it made me think about the things people go through when it's winter time, you know. And so I was thinking that now that spring is coming, I wanted to say to you all that I want to encourage you and challenge you. Okay, run me over. I hate this one street here. Actually, I had an accident and my car flipped over 3 times. I'm not supposed to be here now, but God saved me. I want to encourage you and challenge you that as spring embarks upon us, and if you're in the northern states and you guys are not seeing spring yet, you might be still getting some snow or cold weather. I want you to jot down 5 things you like to do between now and summer. And let it be 5 things that you've never done before. And 5 things that you could do with somebody else, but if nobody else wants to do it, that you can do by yourself. Because sometimes we spend so much of our, especially as we get older, we start thinking that we can't do anything or we're too old to do things. And I find that if you sit at home, it makes you feel older. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are like, well, why do you still work? Well, I don't have to, but me working keeps my brain alert. I can constantly learn new things. You know, just because you get older doesn't mean that you're not a viable creature. And I tell you what, getting older ain't for the faint of heart. That's for sure. So I encourage you to get out and do something. I know I've seen in the chat where some of you were talking about how you've lost parents or siblings and things like that. And some of us are no longer married anymore. We're divorced. But that doesn't stop us from living. We still have to go on. And so that's why I try to take me a trip outside the country once a year, and then do little staycay vacations, as they say, where I just do stuff in the state that I'm in. And it may be something that you might want to do where, you know, maybe there's a city in your state that you've never gone to, but you've heard other people talking about it, and there's certain things that they do there. You know, they may have apple picking, or of course this isn't apple season, but you know, maybe they have where you can go and pick your own squash or something like that, since we're coming up on different growing things. Or like me, I'm actually going to try to have me 2 planting beds where I'm going to grow me something this year. I don't know what it's going to be, but my sister is always growing something, so I was going to ask her, what should I start with? I know if you put down some dang on mint, that stuff will come up every year, and it will overgrow the other things that you have. So I thought I might do one with just herbs and maybe something else simple, and then do one. I did tomatoes before, and they were pretty good, as long as the bugs don't get in them. But I was gonna see what I can manage to grow this year. So I'm starting small, so that my sister's saying I should put me a garden on the land that I have. And I'm like, that's a lot of work, but that's why I'm gonna start small and see whether I like it or not. But you can always do garden in a flower pot. You know what I'm saying? Then you can do tomatoes in a flower pot. You could do peppers, you know, cucumbers, whatever you choose. I wanted to show you guys a part of down here where I live. It's kind of, not yesterday, it's kind of swampy looking land, area, because we have a lot of water down here. We're actually close to a river. I don't want to say which one it is, because then people might know. And I'm actually right around the corner from a state park too. Maybe I should get me a park pass. I might want to go over there and sit in the park all day. I said I was going to go over there. I went over there one time, and I'm like, okay, this is way too much outdoors for me. But here we go. See that? See how swampy that is? I'm just like, so you know we have mosquitoes galore. down here. They will tear your butt up. But yeah, it's kind of spooky. It's spooky, but kind of neat and kind of scary all at the same time. Nature can be like that. It can be scary and beautiful all at the same time. But yes, I want to encourage you to get out and do something, especially for the ones who stay at home and don't go anywhere and don't do anything. Even if you decide to get up and just take a walk at your city park, or go sit on the bench at the city park. Go to a movie. Not that many of us go out for movies anymore, but that's something you can do, or go eat lunch. And a lot of people say, and I was like this, I don't want to go eat dinner or lunch by myself. But you know what I found? If you go and eat lunch like at 2 o'clock, like the in between the two shifts, because I used to work at a restaurant, the lunchtime and the dinner time, you'll find that there's mostly people who eat by themselves will be in there. And you got your phone, you can read while you're eating. It's just for you to get out the house and start living. You don't want to just sit and not do anything. And then if you have a significant other or your children, if you have children, it's always great because you can take them as your little companions, or your friends. Go out and do something different. Like my sister took me to the Sunday brunch, but it was a drag show Sunday brunch. There's just different. Not that everybody will want to do that, but there, I'm sure in your neck of the woods, even if you're in a rural area like me, I do have a national park. I can go walking. We do have the local, what do they call them, recreation centers. You can go walking there. Isn't that a lot? That's just a lot to me. A whole lot that they got going on there. But down here in the country, ain't no homeowners association. You can put as much junk in your yard as you want to. But yeah, it might be a recreation center, or they might have a track that you can go walking on. Because I'm not running nowhere, I will walk. And some more dogwood trees. Or like we have, like in the city next to mine, they have this place called Swan Lake. At our zoo, they have one side that's a botanical garden, and so like right now is a wonderful time to go to the zoo. And then I like to go to Savannah, like this time of the year when it's springtime. Oh my gosh, Savannah is beautiful because everything is in blossom down there. So just look at what's around you. You could do like a day trip just to get out the house, because we've all been cooped up a lot for the winter. And I want people to make this year be a year that you're going to do things that you've never done before, that you're going to stretch yourself. You're going to get outside the box, or live outside the box, and challenge yourself. Because if you don't do it now, then when? See, there's a lot of dogwood trees on this. I thought those were so beautiful when I seen these by the church. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I'm just going to go around, turn around in here, because at the end of the street, the way that they have it set up is that it's kind of crazy. You can get hit when you're trying to get out. It's like you got to merge. Aren't those beautiful? Aren't those beautiful? But to get my allergies, I'm sure by the time I get back to the house, my eyes, they're already watering. And my nose will be wanting to itch. I don't know why. Springtime just doesn't like me, but it's so beautiful. But yeah, encourage yourself this year. Do some things that you haven't done. I was telling somebody, I never wanted to be that person that when I got older, somehow I didn't think getting older was going to come this quickly. But when I got older, I would be sitting on the porch in the rocking chair saying, oh, I wish I could have, should have did this. I want to sit there and be rocking and saying, you know what? Boy, I remember when I did this. I remember when I did that. Even if I'm not as busy as I used to be, I will have, that's one thing nobody can take away from you is your memories. Yeah, unless you get real old, you can't remember. But I didn't realize there were so many dogwood trees around here. I never really went out looking. So yeah, I just want to come on and encourage you guys, you know, to enjoy this life that we've gotten. Last time I checked, as far as I know, you only get to go around one time in this body. Now, if you do right, you'll get to have a spiritual body, but it won't be this life, you know. So I think it's important that since God decided that we should be here, I mean, think of it. Think how important you are in the eyes of God, that he said that I'm going to create you and have these two people be your parents, whether they were good, bad, or indifferent, but they're going to be the ones that help bring you into the world, because I think you're so special and so wonderful, and I love you so much that I want you here for my enjoyment, because I want you here. I mean, that's why I think birthdays are so important. I celebrate mine even if don't nobody else celebrate it. Why? Because God decided on that day, at that time, I was going to be born. And he didn't have to create me. So I thank him. I thank him for 60-something more years with good health and good mind. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that. And thank you all for the lovely, wonderful, so nice and kind comments. You have me cracking up a lot of times, and everybody's just so nice and sweet. We may have just one little sourpuss in the bunch, but overall, that's pretty darn good. 99% nice, sweet, and kind people, and 1% maybe not. And sometimes we don't even have the 1%. Do know that I do think about you all when I read some of your comments, and there's something it seems like you may need, or you're not having a great day. I am praying as I go through the chat, because I don't take it for granted that 1,000 people decided to subscribe to this channel and listen to me rant and rave about nothing really. I'm really wanting to merge a little away from our friend. She's not really doing anything. I see that she's taking my advice. You know, for a woman who does not watch my videos or listen to me, it seems that she takes my advice, because I personally went out to see what is it to do in Houston. And for whatever reason, Houston does have a lot of parks. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they have a lot of parks. You know what? Let me see if it... Look, they cut down this tree. Then he decided to, I think I showed y'all, to burn it. I'm going to see how dry it is over here. And that's the house that looks like nobody should live in. It actually got burnt on the back. I think it's too muddy here. Yeah. Because, hold on guys. I think I have the video, one of my earlier videos, that Sunday when I can't believe people live there, but a lady lived there with her grandkids, 3 grandkids, and one of them, the 15-year-old, was cooking. He was frying something, and he put the dishcloth too close to the fire, and the one that was like 10 was like, hey, I think that's too close, but you know kids. And he told him to shut up. He knew what he was doing. He left out the kitchen. Next thing you know, the dishcloth done caught on fire. And yeah, the whole back of the house. But I wasn't sad about that. I mean, I was sad the house caught on fire. I'm happy nobody got hurt. But yeah, she wasn't a good pet owner. I hope it felt dry. Maybe they repaved. It felt dry when I left out, but I don't want... Is that muddy over there? Yeah, I can see it gets... I just showed you the swampy area. It gets muddy, so I'm just going to park like right here where it still looks... Sorry, guys. like it's dry. Because they sprayed over the wet area, saying that yesterday it rained. But, yeah, I just wanted to come on and encourage you. And as I was saying, I just wanted to start going into a different direction. I know I've talked to you all about the fact that something I've always wanted to do was have a safe space for women to come to and talk amongst each other and listen to each other, you know, give each other advice or, you know, life, tell somebody else about your life lessons and things like that. Network, you know, different things like that. So I had talked to you all about doing it on Zoom, but I'm thinking, what if I do like members only, and the people who want to be in that can be in the members only? I did go out and set me up a Zoom. I'm gonna try to do a test run with my sister this weekend, have her use the link, and maybe the first one we'll do on Zoom and see how it goes. Y'all know I'm not tech savvy. Ugh, I can see the little nets and everything now. Oh, probably mosquitoes. Get out of here. I think this year I'm gonna have those people come and they'll spray the yard and you don't have mosquitoes. But somebody said that it was bad on the environment. It probably is. But I tell you what, I can't sit on my porch. I bought a mosquito killer. Yeah, it worked all right. Didn't get enough of them because they be so tiny. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. You guys can tell me what your thoughts are on that. If you would be willing to do a membership and do that, and then I can still do other content on the page, and that way people who might want to troll or whatever, they're not going to want to do the membership just to come in there and mess with us. But I mean, you know, Miss V can only do so much. But anyway, you know, I can't keep my mind concentrated on nothing. I was saying that I looked to see what it was in Houston, because I'm thinking Houston is this humongous city, and I've never gone to Houston but one time, and it was right by where Louisiana was, because I was living in Louisiana. I was in the military, and we went there. They were doing Juneteenth. That's the first time I had heard about it. And they did it in Houston, and I went with some friends, and I pretty much went to whoever their family house was. We had a big old cookout. We spent the night and came back. So other than the bypasses and highways, that's about the only thing I remember. So yeah, I would be a person interested. I do have to say that the little thrift store, antique store she went in, I enjoyed that one, because I am a person that like antique furniture. I have it in my house. I had a lot more, and that's another story. I lost it in storage. Whoever got that stuff got a gold mine. A gold mine. But I do have the pieces in my living room. I don't know what I'm going to do when I move. I'm going to have a family room and a formal living room, because it's not furniture you really sit on. So yeah, I enjoyed that, but I was just like, show people things there. You spend money on food and everything else, $200 cowboy boots. And I'm thinking, did she even wear them to the rodeo? Because she sure didn't show her feet in them the day that she said she went to the rodeo. But I don't know, maybe she just didn't show it because she didn't show the rodeo video. Seemed like all she did to me was eat, because that's all she was talking about was the food. But I mean, like, she's supposed to be going to some snake thing, some snake festival or whatever. But I'm saying that will keep your subscribers interested in your channel versus you sitting in the back eating and belching and crapping. Who wants to sit and watch somebody do that every day? So I think that you should thank me for giving you advice on things to do on your own damn channel, but yet you don't appreciate me at all. You want to call me a troll and all this other stuff, and here I am helping you. Everything that I tell you to do, it helps you. You take a bath, you look better, people are happy, they don't think you don't want them to call you the smelly content creator. Do you? You want to be the smelly girl? Hopefully not. And I'm like, and that van is horrible. I mean, when she took out trash the other day from the day she came back from the rodeo, like, how much damn trash is in there? Do you just sit in the back and throw the trash on the floor? Come on now. You've got to do better. But yeah, she gets to be boring. I haven't even looked at her today. I've been watching my Shirley Strawberry Ernesto. That story is a story that keeps giving and keeps giving and keeps giving. I tell you what. You know what I found? And I hate to say this, but I found that there's some crazy ass folks on YouTube. There are some content creators that, man, if I was a counselor for the YouTube content creators, I would have clients out the wazoo, because I tell you what, these people, I mean, like, there's this one content, and it's, what really kills me? I'm not even talking about the ones who, they just doing their own crazy stuff. I'm talking about the church sector people. Like this one content creator, she goes and she does scripture every morning and all this stuff like that. And she calls herself a court vlogger, because she likes to go and tape case, when people are having their court cases. And so she was doing one, but she also decided to be one of those people that was out there picketing when R. Kelly was having his trial, and she's on his side. So then she turns around and she's went to visit Ernesto Williams 3 times. And my thing is this: I know God says to forgive, and you can forgive people. That's not the issue. But would you really go and support them? Both of these men are accused of SA with young women and one with very young girls. Why would you even want to? I don't know. Somehow I don't see why would God send a female to men who don't even respect females. You know what I'm saying? And for you to pray with these people, and they themselves aren't delivered and set free. So, as sure as my name is Deborah, the two of them get out, they're going to go back to doing what they do, because that's what they know, and they've gotten away with the things that they do for so long. Even if they do this little time, do you really think R. Kelly would get out and stop doing what he was doing? It didn't stop the first time when they brought him up on charges, and even with him doing some time, he would just figure out another way of doing it. People don't stop doing their behaviors until they decide it's not beneficial to them anymore. But as long as they get some type of pleasure or something out of it, they're going to continue. Look at our friend in the van. She continues those horrible, nasty, filthy behaviors. Why? Because people geek her up and send her cash apps. Just like I'm trying to figure out, how slow are these people? You watch her spend money on food, and I'm like, literally, she buys so much food when she goes to fast food that if you ever listen to how much they tell her it's going to be, it's like $30, $40 each time. So if you have that type of money, why you ain't got gas to put in your car? And then what is this thing with telling every time, what I look like getting on here? Oh, gas was $2.50, gas was $3.75. Yeah. You should have a full tank. You don't go nowhere but sit in the parks. I mean, I don't understand how they don't tie. I have to wonder, how do they do their finances? Because how do you not tie in the fact that if this person ate one meal a day at a fast food restaurant, so let's say that's 3, 6, 9, 120, 50, 80, $210 a week in fast food if they ate out one day every day. And that's not including gas. And that's not including shopping sprees, because just like when she went to the thrift store, she was coming out of Ross and she has to go to Walmart. And my thing is, all the money you spend on bullshit. How many more pairs of clothes? You didn't even wear all the Temu stuff that you bought last year. You ain't wore, you didn't even wear all the winter stuff that you got this the end of last year. And yet you still trying to buy stuff, and you pulled out shorts and stuff that you didn't even wear. But you still steady buying stuff, and you don't change your clothes. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, what is your channel? Is it clothing hauls? Is it mukbangs? Because it ain't van life, and you're lying when you say you live in a van, because you really have a travel trailer that's in Quartzsite that you named Blessings that you live in, but now you're pretending to live in a van, and it's not going so well. Yeah. I don't know. It's not anything like those other van lifers. And let me tell you guys, there are so many people living in vans and cars and RVs and buses and trucks, and this is what I did. And then I'm gonna get off. I done went 30 minutes. I don't think I ever talked this long, have I? This is what I was watching yesterday. I don't know why I'm getting so excited about it now. I was excited yesterday, and I'm not even a van lifer. But I don't understand. There are so many new inventions out there that people could use, and I don't see people with them. Like, why are you sitting in the back of the van freezing and having 2 burners on when they have sleeping bags for below zero, and they have them with heating? They heat up while you're in them. They have pads that you can lay on top of your mattress thing, and they heat up. They have these flashlights that are just ridiculously cute and useful. They have pop-up tents. I mean, they just have some crazy, really useful things out there for people to use. They have a little portable grill that looks like a little suitcase that you open up and all that. I mean, they have so many new inventions that would make people's life easier and safer. Because I'm looking at her and I'm like, you claim you're not scared, though you were too scared to pull over on the highway for the police, but you're out here at night getting gas in Houston. I'm sorry, but Houston is known for high crime. And so my thing is, why is it as a female you're always wanting to go places at night when you have all day? Instead of being in a damn hammock, go wash your damn clothes. It makes no sense. You ain't gonna learn till you get jacked up, and then you be all pitiful and stuff. It just makes no sense, some of the things that you do. But yeah, I meant to take pictures. I'm gonna have to do that and post some of the new things they have out there for people who want to live in their van, their car, or whatever the case they may want to do. But there's some really interesting new inventions. Some I might try. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, okay, I'm not much of a camper. I did it as a Girl Scout. Now, I could go to a log cabin and camp out. So I said, well, why don't I get me one of these pop-up tents and put it in my front yard here and sleep outside all night, see how it go. Let's say it'd be my luck that some snake come through the grass and all that. And I was like, I don't know. All right, people. I'm going to get off of here. And it's looking all nice and black. I can't believe they charged him $300 for this. And go in the house. Parker says hi. He's probably in the window waiting for me. And I will talk to you guys later. I guess I'll check out her video, since you guys were saying she was dry begging for money, even though she's supposed to leave early to go to wherever this place is, 6 hours away. But we shall see. We shall see. See, that's another one of them ponds over there. All right, good people. I hope everybody had a terrific Thursday. And if I don't talk to you later on this evening, I will talk to you for Fantastic Friday. Bye.